Good evening and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for the evening of May the 2nd, 2025. I'm Mom and that's Graz. He's with me. And what the heck is a premonition temporal science spearhead? Let's see, it's the Geisen or the Geisen. What have we got here? Oh! Okay. Did I get the Heritage Bundle? Was that... No, I didn't... Did I... Heritage... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing it's the Typhon, the Achilles, and the Premonition. I don't remember buying this. Well, apparently, because I have it. But, okay, hang on. At least I've got parts of it. No, apparently I didn't get it. I've just got that one ship, the Premonition. That's really weird. I'm going through some of Ed's old things that are in here, trying to level them up. And this is there. I don't even know when it came out. Let's take a peek at when it came out. Premonition came out. No, I had to have bought this because it came out in July of 2024. When did I get it, though? Oh, it's from the Zen store, or you can get it as the Heritage Bundle. And I don't have the bundle, so I must have gotten it from the Zen store. But why would I have gotten this? I know, I'm asking you guys to figure out what's going on in the brain. I don't understand. It's very interesting. I suspect I got it for a reason, and there's actually nothing on here. But it also hasn't been mastered. I mean, there's no console on here either. Okay. Let's see if I accidentally... Okay, I don't see that. This has never been leveled and there's no console on here. I just looked in, I just cleaned everything off of it just now, and there was no console. So this is the stuff, sorry. This is what just came off, which was the phaser beams, torpedoes, engineering, science. That's it. Okay, since this is a Zen ship, if I discharged it, could I reclaim it? Okay, let's do that. Okay. Okay, well, let's try that. That's interesting. I can't discharge it. Why can't I discharge it? That's really interesting. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, now I can discharge it. That's why. Well, let's try that. Okay, let's go back to the Zen store. There's the premonition. Reclaim it. There it is. Yeah, that's interesting. It's the Gemini device is the console that's on it. Okay. And let's just check. That's why. We must have pulled it off when we were building the magical Leo Pleurodon because there's the Gemini device right on that. Voila. Thank you, Stargate Wars. I figured out as soon as I had done it what I had done wrong. Do it. But I never did level this one, so guess what we're leveling? No, 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 no. Let's not do that. May the 4th? Yes. Yes, it's May the 4th. And we're going to celebrate it in honor of that because guess what they're not showing at the theater on May the 4th? Anything related. They're not showing. No, they're not. You would think they'd figure that one out. Well, they've been doing the Revenge of the Sith, the last movie number 3. They have been doing for the last couple of weeks. So I'm thinking, oh, sure, they're going to keep doing it. Nope, they're doing Monty Python, which is great, but but it's not Star Wars. Yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing. I would pay good money to go sit there and do it. Discord no longer heard on stream. Hey, Graz, say something for me, would you? Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can fix that. It's not you.
The original movie, uh, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Uh, Sell tickets for all. It's like you buy one ticket, you get to see all three, and you have a short intermission in
Yeah.
between each
Oh,
movie
yeah.
to allow people to go take a use the bathroom, restock on popcorn and drinks. Heck, if they really wanted to do it, they could do a 3-day marathon of where
Oh, yeah. I
just
wouldn't leave the theater if they did that. I'd like to see 1 through 6 again. I have 7, 8, and 9 I can live without. But
uh, yeah, I agree with that. I'll say this: a lot of people kind of hate the first the episodes 1, 2, and 3, but at least for me, they are good Star Wars.
yeah, I think you're right about
They,
that.
yeah, and the reason why I say that is George had his hand in making those movies. Yeah, he might not have had as big of a hand as the original trilogy, but the thing is, he was involved with them.
He was. Sadly, the dialogue is definitely George dialogue. It's it's not great dialogue. It was not his forte. But, I still love it. Why do I have so much disruptor on here? Do I care? No, I really don't care. I can throw anything on here. I just need to get enough stuff on here to do things. George and dialogue, not great. George and concepts, yeah. No question about that.
I'll say this: the one thing I wish Disney would had done is actually have George somewhat involved with episodes 7, 8, and 9.
No argument from me on that one.
Uh, Rogue. I'll say this: of the Disney Star Wars movies, the only one that was I've kind of viewed as halfway decent is Rogue One.
Yep, not an argument there. It's I don't like it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, it pretty much what it, at least for me, it kind of explained how the rebellion got their hands on the Death Star plans.
As somebody said, it's an entire movie based on one line of content from a movie, but it's a good concept.
Yeah.
It's that's a really good point. How did they get their hands on it? You could tell that story. Great, we told that story. Getting back to the mics, OBS has an experimental thing for bringing in the mic for like Discord or an outside source, and it's a beta. And the one for game audio works consistently, no problems. The ones for the Discord mics, sometimes. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I have to restart them each and every time, and even then, they don't always work. So thank you so much for letting me know, Stargate Wars, because otherwise I have no idea that they're not working. I can hear Graz just fine. Well, do you have any ships you'd like to level, Graz?
Uh, Give me a moment
Sure.
here.
Because I've got ships I can
Hey.
level. I've got some big tunes I can, run with so people can do that. I did
Oh
a
yeah,
terrible job
it's
on doing the tour of the galaxy today. I got my 6 systems and fine, done. We're good.
I'm heading to ESD
Okay.
to check to see what ships I need to level.
Mm-hmm. I should probably see what else I've got here. Uh, I don't need to level this ship at all. Is there anything I want to steal off of here? Cloaking device, yes. Let us steal that. I don't care about that one. We're going to charge that one. I can't get rid of the magical Leopleurodon. I did finish leveling the just need to level it. I have not finished leveling the a piece of ship. Go. Terran Lexington. Somebody leveled it. Nice ship, though. I might not put it away yet. Kittimer Alliance Battle Cruiser. Yeah, that can go bye-bye. What is that? What? Jem'Hadar Temporal Vanguard Warship. Got leveled. I don't see anything there I need to keep. I'm sorry, Ed. I love you, but you have too many ships here. There we go. Are the digitizer weapons any good?
I honestly, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, inventory full. Pfft. That's why. I know I've got boxes of them sitting around someplace. These are all white level. I can get rid of them. All right. Probably should get rid of the argument too. There are two standard issue phaser dual cannons to bin. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. There's also a bunch of garbage in here.
Checking my drawer dart to see if I have any T6 stuff that says incomplete. Oh, got one.
Got a little bit of room left. Well, that's nice. Even though I didn't bother to save them, they got saved. That's what's going on here. Well, we're down to 3 starships. Yay. Pi has subscribed for 69 months. Yes, it is a nice set of months.
I don't know why, but a Monty Python song just came to mind.
Which one?
Uh,
Sit on my face?
Yes.
I want you to know when my child was a baby, that was one of the songs I would sing him as a lullaby. He has no recollection of that.
And hopefully he never finds out, right?
No, I'm not going to tell him. And I know he's not listening to this because he's at work. Good evening, Mr. Dave. I mean, there were more traditional lullabies, but you gotta do something a little different.
Yeah, as long as it helps get the little one to sleep, right?
Yeah, it worked. Unfortunately, as he got a little bit older, and I wasn't doing lullabies anymore, as he would be drifting off, he'd be rubbing my earlobes because, I'd be holding him and he'd be falling asleep and rubbing my earlobes. It's at the point now that if I rub my earlobes, I start to nod off. It's great sometimes, but not always a good habit. So how's it going, Pi? How's it going, Mr. Dave? Everybody happy? So tonight's beverage of choice is a mix of mango peach hydration stuff and some pre-amino acid workout powder. In other words, it's Gatorade. It's really salty, and I thinned it out like 5 to 1. It's salty. It's not bad, but it's salty. And I will go down and turn it into a glass of water, or perhaps even a glass of wine, shortly. Tigers Alex, guten Abend, wie geht's? Or actually, I guess it'd be more guten Nacht, depending on where you're at. Browse is setting up a ship to level. I've got a ship to level. We're going off and leveling ships.
Okay, got the ship that I needed. One of them.
Okay, well, do you want me to take a big ship with, or do you just want to both take out our little PPUs and have some fun? We can probably
let's go. Let's just see what happens.
Okay. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, Alex. How are you doing this evening, Roz?
Doing good at the moment.
Since your mic wasn't working earlier. Now it is.
I'm doing good.
Okay. Well, let me team you if we're going to go off and do this.
Okay.
There you are. So, since we've got a double XP weekend, we thought we'd start leveling ships. Just back from 17-hour shift.
Damn.
Yeah, really. Thought you guys had better
So
labor laws.
sorry for the language there, but dang.
Dang. Yeah. I mean, when I was a nurse or nursing, I might do things like that, but not often.
Yeah, my mom's an RN.
Okay.
Or she no longer RN stuff. She's an instructor now.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah, but she's teaching it, and her main area of expertise was labor and delivery.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I wanted to go into midwifery until I found out first I'd have to do like 5 years clinical rotation, then go back and get my master's, then go do another 5, and then go for my midwifery license. I'm like, no, no, don't think so.
yeah. She never got into midwifery. That being a midwife.
Yeah,
She worked mainly at the hospital.
yeah. No, I had a great L&D nurse and I had a midwife and I was very happy and it was just them and my husband. And it wasn't something I'd ever want to do again, but it went pretty well. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
80 to 85-hour week. Please tell me you don't do that too often because that's not healthy.
And do you work in an area that gives you overtime?
Yeah, please tell me you get overtime.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, I know some people who are in fields where they, during a couple of seasons of the year, during the busiest part of the summer, for example, they're working 85-hour weeks, but they get the overtime and that lets them get through the winter when they have 20-hour weeks. What shall we start with?
uh, I say either wanted or uh ninth role.
Let's do Wanted to start this. Elite wants to know if the next Star Trek movie will be in theaters before 2029. No, that's my thought.
Star Trek.
Star Trek movie in theaters.
Uh,
No, I don't think so.
no.
Let's do
Uh,
Wanted on Advanced, and I'm launching.
okay.
They don't have a script. I mean, they keep saying they've got a script, but then they don't have the cast. Then the cast doesn't like the script, and it goes back and forth. And by the time they get to that, this cast is going to be too old, I think. So they're going to have to reboot, and they're going to maybe if they approached it with something brand new, it would work.
Uh, it's like honestly, I think what they need to do is just in the prime timeline stuff. Just come out with a new show, and it's kind of like Star Trek: The Next Generation squared, or do Star Trek Legacy.
Oh, Star Trek Legacy, the movie. Yes, 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 yes. I would seriously go watch that. Don't have to bring back a lot of um, legendary characters. I think it would be a great opportunity for Jack 7 of 9, maybe Raffi. I can live without Raffi. Um, you could go. That might be good. Yeah, Section 31. Don't hold your breath for that one. That was not great.
Oh
Let's.
yeah.
So Tagara says term time only. I don't know what that means. We sign a waiver to exclude us from the maximum work week. I'm a teacher, but I also run a boarding house for 67 teenagers, so it's day and night. 80 to 85 is working, but I'm on call overnight too. But we get nice holidays, which is great. Hey, if you're okay with it, that's fine. Just even working with things that are super important to you, don't let your passions overrule your brain. Says the woman who let her passions rule her brain for way too long. I'm told Prodigy is good. It's not my cup of tea, so I will totally trust in the people who saw it and liked it. It's Black Cat. Hi, Gradies. How are you doing?
See it, I'm surviving.
Ooh, your mic's really low.
don't know why.
Can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Apparently, it was just too low on my chin.
Yeah, I moved my mic out of the way after the show this morning, but I was still talking to Musin and Chris, and they're like, "We can't hear you." Oh yeah, it doesn't work when it's on top of my head. Let's see.
So, who do I get to team up with today?
You have to find somebody.
But I want you!
So right now we have 3 of us. We need to get another person in here so we can do 4. But let's see how this goes. I mean, we can do 3. It'll just slow us all down. Ideally, we'll get 2 in a team.
Okay. Why do I have a million different downloads all at once?
I have no idea.
I opened my space and my team in. I games I have downloaded updates.
So Strange New Worlds is coming out for this season sometime in June. I think end of June? Did I read that right? But I thought I would do a Strange New World 2-season catch-up before I do that. Maybe even...
This is a new TV show that's coming?
Strange New World's the new season. Season 3.
Is this for Star Trek Online, or
no,
is this
Star
for...
Trek the series? Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
It's pretty much Pike. The Enterprise when Pike was
Captain.
Yep.
So pre-Kirk. But it's very good.
I haven't even watched the first 2 yet.
Oh, well, go watch them. I had heard it was August 1st in Europe. I had heard that they were talking June in the States, that they just made an announcement about the date. But I was thinking binge watch the show or do 1 episode a night and come back and do like a YouTube thing and do just a catch-up review for people who are like me and haven't been watching it a lot. I don't have
Hi, kitty! You see something interesting out there? You see some birdies? She's perched on the windowsill looking out like she's hunting.
I took the hell spawn out, but it was 3 in the afternoon and we got halfway around the walking area and they're like, "We're going to take a nap now." Oh, no. Little one I can carry. Big one weighs 70 pounds. I can't carry her home. Hi, Cliff. Well, go eat your late dinner and we're leveling ships.
And characters, hopefully, at the same time?
Yeah, but we're primarily doing ships, so your characters will level as we do the ships.
Yeah.
Though this is a great weekend if you can find somebody who's got 3 hours and do seriously and do speed leveling. You can take a tune all the way to 65 in elapsed time 97 minutes. But because there's time to get up and go to the bathroom and all that, it's 3 hours.
My problem is like I've got games all day tomorrow, so
I have real life all weekend. But I'm so happy to find out that it's supposed to rain all weekend, which means my project of cleaning out the garage isn't going to happen. Yay! Wow, this is taking a while without a big ship, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will switch over I'll switch over to one of my big ships right after this. If yours hasn't.
I'm on my Andorian. I'm on my Andorian right now.
I'm pretty certain that unless there's like some weird thing gonna happen, I'm gonna level the ship.
Yeah, this is taking enough time. It probably will. Of course, I didn't put on any of my boosts.
Pretty much, I got. I'm probably about half a bar away from leveling the ship.
I think I am there.
Okay, another 1,000 dill.
What? Oh, yeah. It's not dill time, though, yet.
It's like, I don't need any more dill.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you know how long the amount of unrefined dill I have, you know how long it's going to take me to get it refined?
I know. I know. I was making a joke.
Yeah, I know. Over a year.
Sleep well, Tagaris. Don't wear yourself out. Okay, that got me to 4.2.
Yeah, okay, I'm done.
You got it all the way?
Yep.
Sweet. That's nice. How'd you get all the way on yours? I only got to 4.2. Huh?
Oh, I was already at 4.5.
Oh! Well, that's cheating.
Cheater!
Okay. I switched to a big ship now.
Okay.
So when we go to ninth roll, we can mow through relatively quickly.
Okay. So since I only have half of one to go, Crites, do you want us to team you on this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Then we'll figure this out moving forward. So, ninth rule? This is going to be ninth rule advanced, correct? Oh, hold on. I want to do something first since we're going to be leveling. All those XP boosts that we got for the last couple of weeks, might as well throw one or two on. Let's go up and get my bank. Here's my bank. Why we only get the 25,000 on those, not the 150? I don't know, but I'll put 150 on. All right.
Let me know when to launch.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and launch. So it's ninth rule advanced.
Yep.
Meet you there.
Loading.
And if you are out there and listening, and you've got a ship you want to level, grab it, get yourself ready, and we will make little teeny teams to get this stuff done. Let us go.
Look at my little ship. It's so cute.
Reading a single Ferengi vessel, Marauder class. They've decloaked.
I thought that even enough of their ships for salvage.
Okay, I'll let you guys start getting your hits in before I come in.
Everything just went down.
Yep. Remember to stay in the screen circle for a few minutes until Stamets appears. Well, I guess he doesn't appear.
He already did.
Oh, okay, you got him then. I didn't get him. Is there a Borg version of this?
Yes.
Okay, because I have to kill 5 Borg ships, and I thought there was a patrol that had Borgies.
Yep. There is.
Okay. Same map, slightly different layout, though, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much the only difference between these two is one's Borg, the other is
Not
whatever.
Yeah, it's the not Borg. Of course, you can always just do a Borg something too. My world won't end if we have to do Borgies. I did not, unfortunately, finish leveling up the Nidarian Defender. The ship that refuses to level.
I love how they're dying the moment they warp in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I just got the Acolyte Complete Pirate.
What's it for?
That's a good question. I'll have to look.
What was the name of it again?
It's called Pirate.
Pirate. That would be Orion ships. I think it's Orion ships. These are Orions, right?
No, Nausicaan.
Nausicaans. Thank you.
That's a good.
One or the other. Orions. Nausicaans. They're both pirates.
Yeah, but Nausicaans are like even worse pirates than the Orion.
Well, we
At
like
least
Orions
with the-
now because we like 10D.
Yeah. Pretty much if you're a guy, you want the Orions.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, if you're
You
a
want-
girl, you want
you
the
want-
Orions.
Up the pressure.
You want the sexy girls running around the field.
I don't argue that.
It,
Orion males are also attractive.
Well fought. Modern thought.
Nausicaan
Okay.
males, I'm sure Nausicaan females are carbon-based life forms.
Let's see, how did that do for me? Wow.
I didn't do it. I only got to 4.6. What an
Yeah.
interesting change.
Mine only went about halfway up to level 3.
How interesting 2 versus 3.
I think we'll have to do it on Elite to really get.
Well, Elite actually doesn't always get you more.
Hmm.
You would think, but it doesn't always do that for you. Sometimes normal does it. Just for Snick Scroz, would you do one just with me without... I'm going to kick you for just a moment, Crides.
Sure.
What's really quick? I know, 9th rule's really quick. Rescue and search real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that one. I'm going to launch it on advanced. Just to see if it is a matter of it's just 2 people versus 3 people, making such a big difference. And if it is, then we'll figure it out.
Thank you for coming to our aid.
Don't
I
wait for me.
think
Just
I think I remember a while ago, we ran some TFOs with like 4 or 5 people,
Mhm.
and then what happened is you and Taz
Yeah.
went and ran some, and it was like night and day.
Yeah. Which is what Ed had always told me too. But somebody was arguing that
Sensors are clear.
the more that it splits up, it's proportionate, but it really isn't.
Yeah, the pie might be bigger, but you're splitting the pie up into multiple
Yeah.
slices, while like the pie right now is so much smaller, but proportionally speaking, we're getting half the pie each, roughly.
Well, if you think of
So-
it this way, let's say I put in 1% of the damage, you put in 99% of the damage, but that means I get 50%. And you get
Yeah.
50%, but you don't need the 50%, so you don't really
Yeah,
care.
pretty much the reason I'm doing this is pretty much I'm here. It's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
here's your piece of the action. I'm making sure that you get your ship leveled up,
Right, exactly.
and at the same time, it's like, okay, hey, I'm getting some loot to salvage.
Oh, yeah. Fortunately, I've got one big ship I can pull out too, and get a few more people who need to do this. We can do it. You are welcome to all the loot because I don't have any room in my inventory anymore. Okay, that should have been it, I heard. Congratulations, Admiral Pop-Up. Okay, aren't coming out quite as far as they were each time. So the farmers market in town starts tomorrow. And it's way too early for there to be any crops, so I'm curious what they're going to have, but probably be lots of places with the fresh eggs from the farm and honey. And then all the breakfast food places will be up and running and will smell like bacon for miles.
Pretty much you're gonna go torture yourself.
Oh, no.
With the
Bacon,
good smell.
bacon is like heaven. I
No,
can
no,
eat bacon.
that's what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is, there are some that's like, you go into it's like something that smells really good. That's torture piece that smells so good.
Yep. Well, in that case, you're 100% right, because it does smell good. Last year I had, can't remember what it was, but tater tots covered with sausage gravy, bacon, a fried egg, and cheddar cheese.
Oh, sorry, man.
I didn't need the cheddar cheese, I will say
I
that.
think that was the last of them. It appears Ja'ula
But the rest of it was like,
has been stopped once again.
seriously?
In the meantime,
This is heaven. And homemade tater tots, none of these store-bought things. It was really good. All right, yeah, that got it. I figured it would. This is a nice little ship. I might have to save it for something.
So what does the Gemini device do?
It brings up an extra enterprise. I believe that's what it does. Let's see. Summons 2 copies of the USS Enterprise 1701F, plus 20% weapon firing cycle haste. Plus 20 exotic damage. So nice if you've got an exotic build.
Ooh.
But the firing cycle haste isn't going to be bad. Pretty good cooldown too.
Oh yeah.
I'm going
got
to
enough EC for a key.
Ooh. Whee! How much are keys going for EC right now?
Just 12,300,000.
For a key?
Yeah. 12,300,000.
For one key.
One key.
I'll give you a key for less than that.
I just spend all of it. I just bought it. Sorry.
No, 12 million for key stuff. That's ridiculous.
Now, if you're needing EC, yeah, turn around and sell them.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Oh, okay. Got a British officer training manual for it. And 15 Lobby.
Lobby is good. Where'd you go? There you are. Lobby is always good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me trade with you. There we go. I was too far away. There.
Oh.
Just take it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so if I get a T6 ship, do you want it?
Keys. I want keys.
If you get a T6 ship out of that, clearly you deserve it. You have the luck. You need it. You need to do it on good things.
I want
Son
keys.
of a bitch.
What'd you get?
Sorry, language.
He got a tier 6. He got a tier 6.
Did
I
you?
saw it. Yeah, he did.
No!
Look at the chat.
Oh my God, you did!
I saw it pop up. I'm like, he actually did it. Oh God!
This is like the second time I've. Oh, first time someone just gave the key to me for free, but I had a former friend that that I ran with. I needed some lobby, and he gave me enough keys to get the lobbies. And the only condition he said, if you get a T6 ship, I get it. And I have to give him the T-shirt. So, like the second box I open, and I say, "Hey, Tiamat, what ship do you want?" He said, "What? Yeah, what ship do you want?" And he said, "You got a ship?" "Yep, I got a ship." Okay.
So Satalia Graz said, "I'm going to go buy a key." And I'm like, "How much are they?" 12.3 million. I'll give you a key. So I gave him a key. He got a ship. That's just perfect. Jaden Edage. I like that. What's it called when it's the same thing going forward and backwards?
A palindrome?
Palindrome. Yes, thank you. We shall call you the Palindrome. I should grab a new ship. Then I should go grab something to drink. Oh, congratulations. What are you going to get?
I'm looking at the Crestfield Science Spearhead refit.
Ooh.
I'm
That's
planning ahead, Mom, and I just got myself a thing for my what do you call it?
Don't know.
Carriers. For my carriers.
Okay. What you?
I got a Voth Power subcore, which gives me another combat pet.
Yes, but that has a different function as well, if I remember correctly. It doesn't give you a.
Gives you shield hit points.
I thought it gave you some AP boost too. Am I thinking of something else? What gives you the AP boost from the Voth?
Plus 0% shield resistance.
Satalia
Summon
wants an
combat
Enterprise J.
pet. No, it doesn't give anything else, sadly.
Oh, okay. There's one Voth toy that gives you some AP assistance, which is
Yep.
very handy. See events.
This one gives shield resistance.
Did I do the Hesperian on this one? And haven't I done the Volvin on this one? Okay, let's go see if those guys are done. Satalia and Jaden Edage, we are leveling ships tonight. 400 ads, 4 hours each. Yeah, tell me about it.
Ron would go for 1,200. This game called for his pipe, his bowl, and his fiddler's three.
Crides, you've got background noise going on.
Yeah, sorry. I was watching the new the latest episode of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. But it is over, so I can swap it back to my secondary screen.
Yeah, I'm getting the. I got the Crestfield Science Spearhead refit.
Mm-hmm.
It has the universal designs on it.
Oh.
Yeah, when activating the universal console, pretty much crit chance and crit severity. 2% chance, 10% severity. As Starship trait.
There we go.
All right. So, am I grubbing with somebody now, or
Yep,
what?
no, you have to hang on a second here.
Because I'm kind of just sitting here on the
Yep,
station.
we're just sitting here too. So just bear with us because I'm switching out ships. Make sure everything's out of there. Let us. I'm going to save that for later.
Trying to finish the mastery on this Andorian pilot escort. Again, get the mastery finished.
Indeed, Satalia, you missed our discussion a little bit earlier about the whole May the 4th and why the heck does the special presentation that they've been doing of Revenge of the Sith not continue till Sunday? No. No,
Oh,
no,
God.
no. They stopped it, and there's nothing Star Wars running on Sunday at the theater, which...
Have you seen the final ability of this ship, Mom?
No?
Engineering buff. To any foe affected by one of your engineering bridge officer abilities for 10 seconds, minus 50% flight speed, 2.8 electrical damage per second,
It's nice.
100% shield penetration.
The mine. Do you get the shield, the speed reduction, or do they?
They do.
Oh, that's much better. Because I mean, if you're
Yeah.
flying a brick, that gets real fun. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to run down, grab something to drink because Graz bought me a Darkmom liquid. I will be right back with the Darkmom liquid.
I got to get my blood out of the fridge. That's a joke. If anyone picked up on it.
Blood wine.
Exactly.
Hello.
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 You came in at the perfect time.
What?
We were just commenting on how I was going to get blood wine out of the fridge.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that. Where'd Mom go?
She went to get a dark beverage out of the fridge as well.
Ah, yes. Of course. That's absolutely fair enough. How's the levelman going?
Well, I need someone to group with because Mom's grouped with somebody else.
Aw. Well, I can group with me if you need a level or something. I'm
Yes, I do.
fully
I need
leveled
to,
up,
I,
but
I
you
need
can
to
take all
level
the
my
points.
pilot escort.
Oh, which pilot escort is it?
The Andorian Kuthar. It
Oh,
has
it's
a
the tier
really
6
cool.
one.
Yeah, it's got a really cool final ability too.
Cool. I don't actually have any of those. I had the tier 5 ones, but I was not very much keen
Well,
into
the one that I got is
duplicating the same
engineering.
ship.
The one I got is the engineering one, and
Alright.
the final
it's a Chris.
ability when you unlock it, it gives the enemy minus 50% flight speed whenever you activate one of your engineering abilities, and also does 2.8 electrical damage with 100% shield penetration.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Let me
So,
see.
Chris, did Graz tell you what just happened?
I don't know which part you're referring to.
Graz, the other guy here in chat with us?
Hello.
Him. I gave him a key for reasons. He promptly
he
got a
opened the-
ship. Got a ship.
What
Yeah,
the hell?
he mentioned about getting a tier 6 ship, and he ended up getting one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He said
the
something
amount
bad,
of
and I'm
times-
thinking he got like an R&D box. No. So, Graz, just for you, as a thank you for buying me the drink, you are getting me to drink the last of the 2023 Fire Road Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand, of course, because that's what I drink. And in honor of you, I'm drinking it straight out of the bottle because I'm not going to wash a glass.
Okay.
I got myself
And I got some
out of
water.
my fridge. I got a Edelane red blend.
How was that?
It's not bad.
It's red.
Yeah,
it's
it's
green.
it's dry,
Mhm.
very dry, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad for an $8 bottle. Okay.
Well, this one's much fancier. This was like 13 a bottle.
Yeah,
It wasn't a fine year.
This is a fairly cheap one, but it's not bad.
Jaden, I
Yeah, but-
opened up maybe 100 boxes over the last couple of days trying to get the echelon. Didn't get it. Somebody else got
Nope.
it, sold it to me for a great price, so I now have an echelon. So, giving the Graz a key
Yeah.
is no worries.
Mom, I was
Yeah.
joking around calling it my blood wine.
Ah. Fire Road is many things. Blood wine, it is not. Okay, Chris. Crides.
Yeah.
Graz, there's 4 of us. Chris, do you need to level any ships? Graz, do you need to level any ships? I know Crides does,
Oh.
so.
Actually, yes, I do have a ship I need to level.
Well, why don't we
I don't
team?
need to, but I can team up and help.
Yeah, that's
with
what I was
that,
thinking. Is we partner up in groups of 2 because that seems to be the best. But I'm going to switch over to my big ship. So Graz, I've kicked you free from there. Gambling
Okay.
on video games, of course. What?
Yeah,
Isn't that-
is that the best?
I thought that's what we're supposed
Huh?
to.
Nick.
Yeah, no, I put on the be right back because when I'm switching tunes, I accidentally have put my password up there more than once.
By the way, Chris or Graz, do either of you know how to get the Nvidia to link to my Twitch so that I can start streaming?
That's NVIDIA for the rest of us. Yeah, no worry. Hey, how are you feeling? You feeling okay? I know you've been
Sorry, you
gone for a
wanna do
while.
what?
NVIDIA has a way that you can use,
It has a live capture
Yeah.
feature.
which I don't use.
Yeah, you need to bring up the NVIDIA interface. I don't know what's your shortcut for it, but
I don't use that.
generally it has the NVIDIA overlay. I think they changed the name for it, and I don't know exactly how it's called right
Well,
now.
normally it'll pop up when I first start up the game. Let's try restarting the game. That's when it normally pops up for me.
Yeah. It does have an option to stream. These are
Yeah,
used
to go live. Yeah, it says to go live. It normally means streaming.
Well, welcome everybody from the Vengeance God group. Thanks for joining us. We are having some fun leveling ships because it's double XP tonight. And you missed the fun part, which was Graz went off to buy a key, and I'm like, don't buy a key, but he bought a key and got nothing. So I gave him a key, and he promptly got a T6.
Okay, that's interesting. I no longer have the option to.
It was my key. I should get the ship back.
Have you
Take
been
the
keeping your
saber.
driver up to date? Have you kept your driver up to date? Because it will
You
go
should.
away if it's not up to date.
Funding stow too, yes. Hey, well, I tell you what, why don't you figure out that later, and let's go level some ships.
Yeah, I probably don't have the
Okay,
latest
called
driver
Lee.
from like
And Pi might have
latest.
a better sense of what you need to do that than I do. Definitely anybody's got a better idea about doing it than I do.
Okay, it actually only has recording. It doesn't actually connect automatically.
That makes some sense. However, you should all have NVIDIA because it turns out I make a lot of money from NVIDIA.
The default key is Alt-Z to get it to pop for the overlay.
Yeah, I definitely changed mine because Alt-Z is something I frequently use in one of the video games I play. Yeah.
All right, I'm logged back in.
Okay, who's coming with me? Who's going with Chris?
Putting an X in strength check.
Well, I guess Crides
I
is
thought-
going with me then. Your Federation, right?
Yep. I'm on my
Uh,
angle. In.
So who am I teaming with?
You're going to team with Graz.
I think I have Gross here.
Apparently, one of my duty officers is dead.
Okay. So what level are you at, Crides? For your ship, not for your tune, just for your ship.
Yeah, for the ship, it's halfway through to level 3.
So 3.5 ish.
Yeah. Ish, yeah. Maybe 3.4.
All right, so let's do Wanted Argala Advanced.
All the way down.
I don't think
Okay,
I have Gross
alright,
here.
one thing.
What's
You
what's
don't.
your handle?
It's Graz, Grozo.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lexers, we've only been on for an hour. You have not missed most of the stream. At most, you've missed half of it. more likely you've missed a third of it, because I'm hoping to stick around for a while because my lovely neighbors are mowing their lawn. And they'll be at it for a while, which
Oh.
means I'm not going to get to sleep for a while.
I'm already in, Mom.
Oh, okay.
And what's the ad handle?
Graz.
Gross.
Graz at Graz.
Yeah,
There you are.
grows the bow.
The Archeron, huh?
Doesn't find anyone.
You kept the default name,
Yeah.
Mom?
No,
I thought the Archeron was the default name of that ship.
it's the name of the ship, yes. Chris, I put it in chat there.
Ah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I
Hopefully
got
spelled
hits on
it right.
both.
Oh, give me a sec.
Well, I
Sure.
figured you would want me to get my hits in before you came
Oh, I don't care. Mowing the pawn?
in. What?
No, the Acheron is the Acheron because I need it for something else, but it came out with a name that was... meh. But it is an Acheron.
Which one do we do?
We're starting with Wanted, but you can start with anything you want to.
What are you flying? Is that the Crossfield? That's
Yep.
a Crossfield. Which one? Is that the refit?
Yep.
Is that the one you just got?
Yep. Can I say
so that's one
anything?
that went go for the from the key. Oh, that's cool.
Can I say anything else besides yep? Yep.
Yippity yip yip yip. Lexers needs 30 Herald ships, which is really funny, Lexers, because I had that on 2 separate ones today, and I think Satalia had it as well.
Which one are you wanting to do, Chris?
I'm up for anything. I have a few my personal favorites that usually get me thing done in like 1 or 2. Blockade
Okay.
Runner and the Zol system is pretty straightforward.
Which one?
Blockade Runner, the Zol
Really?
system.
I've never done that. Well, I've done that one, but I haven't done it for leveling. It's good.
I run it for my leveling usually with
Wow.
either Rescue and Search or the Runes of Doom, and that usually gets me the ship leveled up to tier 5, so it's pretty straightforward.
Lexers, yes, I've done it, but that doesn't mean we can't do it. Let us level up some ships here.
Okay.
Get Graz and Crides, and then we can team up and go take on your heralds for you.
I
Yeah,
get
you
one
launch
now.
Graz and I'll just hop in.
After this one, Mom, if we want to, I can swap to a higher
let's
level.
go ahead
for that.
I'm doing wanted first.
Wanted. Alright, no worries. Argala it is.
And don't forget, if you've got the XP boosts, put them on.
I don't have any.
You didn't have any from those other ones? Heralds be easy enough. My gosh, I want to put my phone through the wall. I get so many spam calls every day. It's not the phone's
Is
fault.
that an Android
Yeah,
phone
right.
or an iPhone?
It's an Android.
Yep.
Why didn't you get the filter app?
I have the filter app, and it still doesn't filter out 100% of them.
I can't say I've received it.
I make up languages and answer the phone.
I like. I know most people would hate me for it, but I like to make the excuse that they're calling the suicide prevention hotline.
I prefer other things. Like, hi, Elgin Police Department. How may I connect you?
See what I did there? I brought you company and the same ship. I really like the Crossfield refit. Really
Oh
good
yeah,
ship.
heralds are easy cookie, but teams are fun. Teams make it all worthwhile. How'd you do on your ship there?
That got me up to about 4.3.
From...
I was at 3.4.
That's crazy. Are we sure that we've got a double XP weekend going?
Now, is the character full 65?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, so from what I kind of pieced together, if the character's not fully leveled, then most of the XP that you're going to get
I
is
will make it a
going
threesome.
towards leveling No,
Yeah, it doesn't go to the
What?
ship, it goes to your
Wait,
character level,
did I
doesn't
just
it?
hear someone say threesome?
Yes, that's Worf. Do you want to do it again, Musin?
And I will make it a threesome. You even hear yourself?
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, that's.
However, my favorite sound clip is
Hello,
probably
everyone.
still "Do the Math" Jean-Luc.
Hello. How are
Good evening,
you?
Musin.
So, what was the problem with the points that you guys do in Elite?
We were doing advanced, not elite. Should we switch to elite?
No, no. I found that, and I did this solo,
Mm-hmm.
with the heavy armament, so I was melting everything instantly in both Elite and in Advanced.
Yes.
I am getting more points in Advanced.
Okay. That's what I had been told. When you're lower level, elite's fine, but as you get a little
But
bit up, and how high are
that
you, Crides?
that is that is
I just hit level 30.
Oh, we actually can be going on elite then. You're low enough, we can get away with that one. So let's switch up to elite.
well, it
And
depends also
mm-hmm.
on which patrol you're
Let me.
doing.
I have to go to
So-
the shipyard real quick to claim my new ship.
Wanted on Elite does better, but when you get to 9th rule,
Mm-hmm.
Advanced gives more points
Okay, so
than
we'll switch
Elite
back to advanced.
for 9th rule. But if you're doing Wanted, you want to switch it to Elite.
Okay, we just got out of wanted, so we will do 9th rule on advanced as soon as Crides gets back here.
Yeah, and just one-on-one
I'm just trying to decide which ship to
for the
grab.
best result.
Yeah, that seems like a good one. Okay,
Yeah,
there we
Lexer
go.
says, we be Microsoft. We be bankrupt, so we be giving you tons of money. What is your bank account? Yeah, that is it. With strong Indian accent and Indian chatter in the background. Yeah.
So real.
Do they think
Yeah,
we
I-
don't figure it out?
I need keys to open my lock boxes.
No,
I need keys too, but I can't afford more.
I know. I don't have any money left this month to be able to buy some keys.
It's
Yeah,
one of
May
those.
month is long, and I still got birthday coming of myself, so I'm gonna treat myself for the
Ooh.
birthday.
So, like, over there, it's one of them urban legends that there are idiots like that who would fall for something so obvious as we be Microsoft, we be bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's not a legend. Literally, my mother went for a scam where a guy actually came
okay.
over. He offered a very dubiously
will-
sounding offer for a phone line or something that was supposed to be better. He introduced himself as being like a member or like a representative of a legitimate phone company, and my mom didn't even bat an eye. Like she let him in. He was able to roam around the house. She signed a contract and paid a lot of money for it, and didn't get a proper service or anything like that. It's just like she received a phone call follow up from the actual company saying, "Oh, you've resigned from us for someone else." It's like, "No, I didn't. It was your representative." And it's like, "No, we don't send people like that." And she didn't ask for a name or position or an ID number or nothing. It's absolutely terrifying that it's the woman that raised me is that she has absolutely no restrictions. She's so gullible for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, over here, if a company does that, they revert back what happened, and it's like, you can't do that. That contract's invalid.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that scam company had a very valid contract, and my mom had to pay double. But you pay for your mistakes, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
Crides, you ready?
For
Yeah,
me, it
which
was
one are you doing?
unthinkable.
We're going to do 9th rule on advanced.
I double check and triple check everything, but I guess I'm from
All right, launching.
I'm launching.
a different generation, I suppose. But I don't know. I know prudent people who are my mom's age, and they still have wits about them. I guess.
I have my wits about me. I think I'm close to your mom's age. But my boss, who is a little bit younger than me, got taken for 15,000. And he's got a PhD.
Oh.
He's got a master's degree. And he came and said, "Oh, I just got a call from Apple about this." I'm like, "It's a scam." He's like, "What?"
I thought I made
But he
It-
didn't
it-
even
it's a
think about this
scam?
scam.
No, never even considered that this was a scam.
Oh my god. That's...
And ooh,
I can imagine the process of getting that sorted. Ugh.
shortly thereafter, our company started doing mandatory computer safety awareness scam training.
Oh yeah, my company has actually phishing tests.
Yeah.
They're actually sending fake phishing attempts
Yep.
to our mailboxes, so we report them as phishing, and then we were tested. They're unannounced, they're periodical, they're random, and that really is a good thing to make sure that people know what a possible scam email.
You know
looks
what
like.
they'd find out if they tried that with me?
Hmm.
That I don't open my mailbox for anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at
I
work you
opened
kind of
it-
have to.
no, you don't.
No,
That might work.
Like,
Well, there's good news.
I use my email only when I sign up on a website for something. They send me a mail, and that's the only time I need to open my email.
Yeah, but that's your personal email. That's a work email that was being tested. Okay.
So we would do these training things, and then they'd start doing a little phishing and the tests and things like that. And the response, almost to a man, that they would have was everybody would walk up to my desk and go, "Hey, we think this is fake. Can you check it for us?" I'm like, guys.
They just have to look at the address that
Oh
sent
no!
it.
They do a
Usually
really
that-
good job. The company that sent them out knows what
Yeah.
they're doing. They did a brilliant job of making these things hard to figure out, and it would be various tests, various difficulties, things like that. And my usual thought was, well, do you think it's a scam? Yeah. Well, delete it. Well, what if it's real? Then they'll call you. Well, that's a good point.
And it's like the most plain logic, and yet it doesn't occur to you unless, like, to some people it just doesn't occur. Like, they don't think in those lines. It's like, well, someone like, I think of the way they're thinking of people who actually fall for those scams. Like, well, someone actually did the effort to come up to me. Like, why would anyone commit to the effort of coming or like calling or something like that and knowing this much information? Yeah, that's the thing. They do all the effort, so you fall for it because it seems legit. Because they made the effort. Kind of terrifying how many scams are being run these days.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I was
I
gonna-
watched some YouTube
Ooh,
channels
alpha
that are...
pack.
Which
They're
YouTube channels do
showing-
you watch?
I just got alpha of the pack.
Oh,
I mean,
excellent.
it wasn't anything specific. I just had it in the way recommended, and I just saw how they dismantle a scam, how they hacked the scammers.
Uh,
They're sitting somewhere in India, and
Scammer Paybacks does a lot of that. And his are really
Oh,
interesting.
I don't
'cause it's,
remember the name.
um,
It was something.
You're like attacking them from the side, right?
Yeah.
You see that direction they're warping in
Yep.
from? If you go about 4.5, 5 kilometers behind that,
mm-hmm.
when they warp in, you actually deal more damage flanking them from the rear. And you'll kill
Captain
them.
ability rank 1. Okay.
Gross, what do you want to do?
Ninth
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 rule?
roll. Yep.
Yeah, sure. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Gotta find it first.
I love how my little ship is
Very
just
good.
Well, please note, by the time I get there, they're all dead. But thank you.
Yeah, but that should be the positioning of the person who's like wiping the waves.
Okie dokie.
Because you'll do more damage per shot, and they'll fall quicker.
See if that did it.
That did it?
I'm saying let's see if that did it.
I hope it
That
did. If
should
you
have done it.
4 point
Oh,
something.
inches.
No.
Yeah, inches.
Do you have any boosts running?
Yes,
Wow.
I'm inches from that 5 mark.
Lexer says, quote, "I'm positive we should firewall India off the West." Tempt me.
I wish I
Tempt
could,
me.
but then I would lose half the clients.
Yeah, you know how many people there order things online?
No.
Oh shoot! I
Oh,
should. I will
they
not
have a
use these
lot of
corpses. Sorry.
people. They
My
have
bad.
a lot of people.
All right,
This
one last
corpse.
one here before we wait for you guys to finish up, and then we're going to do Herald something or another with Lexer so he can get his 30 Herald ships. What was your recommendation? Was it Blockade Runner?
Well,
Chris?
Yeah,
actually,
Blockade Runner is all system.
Okay.
it should say how many points that little sliver is. It could just happen during the Herald thing.
Advanced
Yeah,
or
we're going to go with advanced. In
Yeah,
theory,
advanced is
you're
fine.
going to get 4,900. So things like Bringers of War brings 7,200. But those are on the hard ones. The rest of them are all set for the same levels, pretty much.
You need like
4,800.
104 or
let me
something.
just how much they
Well,
don't
if you-
tell me how much experience I need really.
Yeah, they should. If you go to the
Oh,
master.
100 and I only need 147 XP though.
Okay, let's do
Yeah,
Blockade
Smart.
Runner on advanced.
Theoretically, if you would have gone out to shoot Herald ships,
Launching.
that would have flipped over to 147 points is
But
not that
we have
much.
to wait for Chris and Graz to get done with their thing.
Ooh. I just finished the wine that I can drink tonight.
Jazzy Cat is raising us with a party of two. Hi, Jazzy
Well,
Cat.
welcome. Welcome, Jazzy Cat.
Hello.
We are leveling ships tonight. Because in theory, don't get caught in those red circle things, by the way, if you're not aware of that. They are not
Yep.
good for your health.
Yeah.
And dying is a bad thing when you're
Oh, wow.
leveling ships.
I haven't seen this one
you
done
in?
in a long time.
I had forgotten about this one, but yeah.
Are you already
I
in?
think
Mom?
it's a really
I'm
fun
in.
patrol. Oh look, it's Cerritos. A mirror Cerritos.
I want a mirror series.
Or Cali class.
No,
Does
I
RIP
want,
mean raid in peace?
I want the Sovereign Cerritos.
I want the mirror Cerritos, the one from the show.
Yeah, no, I want the Sovereign Cerritos from the show.
We need all the Cerritos. If anybody else out there from Stone, you can hear us. We want Cerritos toys.
We're probably not gonna get the Sovereign Cerritos though, if I have to believe the stream Spencer did with Thomas and Bordicus there.
Spencer gets all the cool people.
Well, I mean, he is putting himself out there
Another
as
repair
like
crew.
the main source for the community to get their news.
Yeah, he does a great job with getting all the news. Yeah, but I want all the good stuff without doing any of the work, Newsom.
Yeah, well, that's why I watch Spencer, so I know all of the good stuff without actually having to parse every damn thing myself.
I can't say things because I hear things, I'm told things, and it's all of these. It's so unofficial. I just have to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
there was no episode today, so no,
Of what, Spencer?
no episode in STO.
No, there was not.
There were rumors
There was,
about that.
yes, there was, but what it was Axiom Part 2, not Axiom the episode Part 2. But
It was
Axiom
the
the
Q&A
discussion.
part 2
Right.
that was going to release
Right.
today. Yeah. Which I quickly figured out when I heard.
Spencer
Some
has
leveling's
2
been
Discord
happening.
channels, 10 plus chat channels, and Stoney's very active on all social media.
Yeah,
Hey, I still get to be jealous of him.
Yeah, no,
got leveled up.
yeah, the amount of
fully level up?
energy Spencer puts in that is a lot. Right? Like,
Guys, you're
that-
not making
that
me
is-
feel better.
Well, it's a lot of work. You know, and he's not doing it entirely solo. There's no way.
Yeah, well, all I got's me, so it is going to be only solo me.
He's got people in the game coming up with information for him.
Yeah. Take care to let you build a very magnificent ship. Did you level up fully, Groz?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, just needed 2 patrols and you're done. And you started from scratch, or did
Mhm.
you?
Yep, started from
Go have
scratch.
a good dinner, Jazzy Cat.
This is the ship that I got from the key that Darkmom gave me.
Yay!
Nice.
It's up fully upgraded. Yay!
Yay!
There
Well, it's
you
only
go.
150 to go. I hope it's upgraded. What's the hell says? I'd watch a co-op stream of Jazzy and Vengeance Lord. I assume Vengeance Lord is Vengeance God?
It now does 3 electrical damage per second with 100% shield penetration for it.
Somebody just sent me something. Oh, Rasul. Let me do something here, game related.
And Vengeance God is just Kale, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I need a new cannon for my front ship of the ship.
Or nor. Whatever shall you do?
I know, right?
I don't know.
That gives me 5 cannons on the front of the ship.
Oh god.
Defiance love cannons.
I'm not in the Defiance, though.
No, I'm trying to keep it PG.
I'm in my heartstring.
I'm in my 8 moochies in a duffel bag. I still love that ship, man.
Let's see, which fleet am I in here? Oh, okay.
Let's see. I do have another ship up. Probably need to see what's the next, but I can wait on that one.
I love when this doesn't do happy things for me.
But now that that ship's fully upgraded, I should have an easier time completing the missions too.
Since I'm here, I might as well check this.
Oh yeah, I did that one already.
Nope. Nobody, nope. I was just about to. There's that person.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I was trying to promote people who I hadn't been promoting because I hadn't done that since somebody had just made a request to get a promotion. That's fine. And then I realized I was about to promote Duffy. Duffy is dead. He's not going to contribute anything more to the fleet.
Yeah, that might not work.
Oops, that was not what I meant to do. And the reason he's at the level he's at is we're trying to take him down and out of fleet command.
Yep.
And let's do that.
Which there are restrictions against. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it just takes a while to demote somebody when they're not around anymore. There's only so much you can do. I didn't mean to put you up there.
Yeah.
Let's put you back there.
I got
we go.
ownership of a fleet that way. Person who owned the fleet wasn't around anymore. I'm like, okay, I own the fleet now.
All
It's
right.
not the Fey one. I mean, it's another one. But you know, somebody's got to own the fleet.
Somebody's got to do all the work.
Well, the person who made the fleet doesn't really play anymore. when they do, it's like once or twice a year.
It's not often to own a fleet or not. To
No,
own a
but the fleet itself is not that patient to wait for you. And if the leaders of the fleet are not online for
Whatever reason.
whatever reason, for a extended period of time, the fleet becomes up for grabs to players who log in. So I did that, and I demoted the previous owner. Like if they see that, they're probably gonna message me, and then I'll be there like, yeah, I took over leadership of the fleet so that none of the other players in there could do it. So what I really want is to see if we can't just like disband that fleet.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I'm not gonna do that without their explicit consent, right? Because they made it. But it would be much better to take the 2 active people maybe that are still in there and put them in a fleet that's actually active. Because that thing's also not in an armada.
Lexers, I assume you're talking about Duffy having passed away. Yes, Duffy passed away. Also, Duffy passed away. It was a bad year for people named Duffy.
Maybe it was a bad year for people's name whose name starts with a D.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, we have promised Lexers some Herald ships. Lexers, which tune do you want to go do Herald ships on?
I don't know if this tune can do the Herald ships one right now.
And regarding what you're saying about Spencer, yeah, we can do that one. Yeah, I know he does as a full-time job. Oh, it's fine. We're gonna have to make that private. That's okay. I'll make a private party then. TSI. There we go. It's a private party. Got room for 2 more people who want to do Gateway. Oh, and it says you're already in a task force, Lexers. That's weird. Let's try that again. TSI. There we go. Oh, it was weird. Who else would like to join us for Gateway? Because it's private.
No, I can go.
Okay.
Depends how much damage you want.
All of it?
I can bring all of it.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry,
Mom.
Drunken Heretic got there first.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
Do you happen to have any spare of the upgrade things for the ships?
Are you talking about the XP boosts? Or the...
No, the experimental ship upgrade.
Yeah, those.
I don't know if I've got any spares. I burned a bunch of them. Drunken Heretic, who are you on? I don't see you.
Oh.
And I just maxed out my weapons and everything for my current level.
I'm going to make a fast little ship.
By the way, really funny thing, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
That Voth Power Core
Yeah.
subcore, I'm able to put it on my Endorian ship.
Well, that's nice. You should be able to. I don't think it's tied to species.
Yeah, it's not a faction thing, which is nice. But it's kind of funny because My Andorian escort already sends out its own wing escorts, and now it's going to have both combat pets too.
Ah! Excuse me 1 second. Ah! I'm going to switch that for just a second there. Drunken Heretic, try this invitation instead. Because it's a private party. It wasn't letting me put you in. Try that one instead. There we go.
I am going to take this unconventional systems meta that we've been having and make a really fast little
Crites,
ship.
I'm going to have to kick you because you're not high enough level for this one.
All right, let me switch tunes.
Okay, switch tunes then. Still going to have to kick you from this one.
I got one that is could be eligible. I mean, it better be. It's a Jem'Hadar. Starts at 65.
Okay. Just let me know when you got
There
the
we go.
name.
I'm on.
That doesn't help me. Let's see if that works.
Strike group. Oh, you got it.
Okay. All right. There we go. Gateway advanced.
I should see what my endeavors are for the day. Let's see.
Oh, before we did this, I
Tor-
came back and did all my endeavors.
Toward the Galaxy mission. Don't want to do that one. Oh, I got the Herald ships as well, but I only had to do 10.
Well, you'll get them now. Providing it ever
And
launches.
kinetic damage.
Well, throw some
kinetic-
torps on your ship right now.
I think I already have some, but let me check. Yes, I do have some on.
Throw as many as you've got on there. Just make sure you get... How much kinetic damage do you need to do?
Let me pull it back up. 50,000.
Oh, easy peasy. Easy
I've got
peasy.
I've got 2 quantums on there. Should be plenty.
There's enough targets on this one, yes.
The invasion of Kronos has...
Ooh, Klingon. And Mom with her big glowing orb on the top of her ship.
Yes, thank you. I like my big glowing orb. Ooh! Don't
We
we
got another
look
one.
cute, drunken heretic? We are so sexy here. Woo!
You both have it.
Yep.
Of course you named it Queen Anne's Revenge. Why not?
That's what the ship's name is. Well, I'll go left if you want to go right.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Here, have a bunch of torps. That one barrage nearly finished it, Mom.
Yep.
Because I did the spread torpedo. I died, but I almost completed it with
No,
one
you're not
go.
supposed to die. That's not the game plan. Don't die.
It's still kind of funny, though.
By the way, you should have your 5 Herald ships.
Oh yeah, that completed already.
Oh yeah.
It was 10 Herald ships for me, but
Whatever it was, they're dead now.
Now they're dead. The
Extra dead.
ultimate high.
Now with extra death.
The troop transports have been
right.
Now they're dead.
And I got a new
No.
perk point to put in once I get out of here.
Oh, we've got an ad coming in. Oh, well, Chris, if you're going to be up there, I'll go back up over here then.
No, just floating here.
Okay.
The troop transport from the starbase.
It's all about the pew-pew.
There's a pew pew.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are on
Like,
one
there's
side
it's a-
and meanwhile Queen Anne's on one side alone? Is that okay?
Oh, there's 4 of us over here. I could be silly and go over there.
There we go. Mission done. Completed both missions.
Those gateways are at
That's interesting.
Closing gateway.
You only have to close the radiation gateways. Don't worry about the spawning gateways.
Yeah, that's the one I was closing,
Yeah.
the radiation one.
But anyway, Chris Lexers is over here.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Okay.
He's just hiding. Drunken Heretics, Akron is large ship.
Oh wait, that's a spawning one. So the green ones are the spawning, the
Green
red
ones are
the...
radiation, yellow ones are spawning.
Okay. That's yellow, sorry.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to
Wait, am I alone on one side now? Hello?
I don't think so. No, I can see three of you.
I'm over here with Chris.
And
Okay.
Lexers is in between.
It's just you probably don't see me because I'm a small patrol ship.
I'm a small ship myself, so I hope you didn't notice.
Fine. Lexers is there. I'll come over and sit
And
on
many
your
people
side.
have noticed I brought a Protostar into the equation.
I did. Hello, Mr. Proto.
I do like that ship. It's probably not the perfect way I would make Protostar in game. I would probably make it a pilot ship, but
Right?
it is what it is.
I agree. It should totally be a pirate. A pilot.
I don't understand why it's temporal. I understand that it has some temporal stuff happening in it, but it came after season 1, and we still didn't know what's happening in season 2. We still don't see it why it was made temporal.
I am in 100% agreement with you, Chris.
Like if I don't get it. Like temporal was not on my list when it came to Protostar dropping in game. But hey, it's done deal. They never changed the class of the ship before, and they're not gonna do it again. Like just have to accept that the Protostar is a temporal ship with a terrible turn rate.
Well, that's not unique to temporal.
No, that's not unique to temporal. But this ship is only slightly bigger than a shuttle. And you would expect a ship of that size to be maneuverable.
I would expect that.
Yeah,
So I have a tendency to drive very large, non-maneuverable bricks.
It's supposed to have a crew capacity of like maybe 100 people. So that's...
Should be more nimble then.
Yeah, it should be a lot more nimble. And it is nimble in sector space, but that's not very useful in the game. It's just like, yeah, fine, I can do Tour of the Galaxy very quickly, but that's about it. That's about all the advantages it brings. I swear, it's even the Cerritos. I mean, Cali class is more maneuverable than this one. I'm like, Cali class is almost the size of a Galaxy class. Like, what? It's not supposed to be more maneuverable than a Protostar that came after. Well, around the same time.
You can't have everything.
You can. I'm a believer.
We got a minute and a half left.
When did that happen?
What?
Well, when
What?
he became a believer.
I was born a believer, you know?
It wasn't when you saw my face. Became a believer.
Yep.
I'm like Burnham's mother. I believe in the lost causes.
So what you're saying is you believe in me.
Your lost cause?
Oh
Believe
yeah,
in
didn't you know?
No, wasn't advertised in your profile. I didn't get the memo anyway.
See, I'm bad. I even make fun of myself.
Yeah, but if you can't make fun of
I think
yourself,
that's the
then
best thing you can do.
yeah, I agree.
Right?
I think that's the best thing you can do is to have distance to your own self. Don't take yourself so seriously. Know thy limits. Be absolutely aware of your shortcomings and make fun of them, because that makes you also take them less seriously than you probably would if you would be, very stiff and very rigid about it.
Yep, yep. Sage advice.
I think it's a good recipe for like being a bit more healthy on the head,
I totally agree with
especially in
you.
this day and age.
All right, how fast can we melt this ship?
Probably faster than it can spawn. As soon as someone grabs a target, it's gonna melt. Oh, that's weird. Never noticed that before. Oh.
How long does it take to come in here? Jeez.
Right there.
There we go. There she goes. There she melts again.
Ooh, she got away from us.
A little. Oh, it's actually not little. The giant rascal.
There it goes. That's better.
That's more like it. Yep. Meanwhile, I'm still in that head place with that song I recommended to you the other day.
The Wren?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got him on my feed now. Interesting person.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Mom,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever played or heard of World of Tanks?
Yeah. I have heard of it,
So
but have not played it.
I
Did we miss one?
I was
Oh no.
playing it earlier, and I started playing a song that was kind of ironic to listen to while like playing that game.
Which song is that?
By Weird Al Yankovic, the Amish Paradise.
Ah. I was thinking you were gonna do the one from Miracle of Sound about tanks.
No, I did Weird Al Yankovic Amish Paradise because I thought it was kind of funny that I was being all violent and they're like all about the Amish are all about like peace.
Okay, Elite 438 is asking me, but I'll put it out there for all of you too. What is one of your favorite movies? My all-time favorite romantic movie of all time. Everybody should know this by right now. Pacific Rim.
Very romantic.
Yeah, it is. It is just one sexy romantic movie. Giant robots and kaiju. Oh my god. It's right up there with...
Oh, come on. Sleepless in Seattle.
It's okay. I mean, it's cute, but it's okay. Pacific Rim,
I'll never.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I will probably never outgrow Stargate, the first film.
Stargate is the first one is so
Yeah.
good, so good.
Yep.
Still holds up.
It does.
So it's entertaining.
So I have
An
to
amazing
say,
cast.
one of my favorite songs came from Stargate Atlantis.
Songs?
Yes. Do you not remember what's her name? Morgan's Taylor. Morgan's song that she sings at the death of her longtime friend.
There's a vague memory. I watched Atlantis maybe twice in my lifetime.
Okay. Well, she
But I do
actually,
remember she has a good voice, like the actress.
yeah,
because I think
the
she
song
sung
that
it.
she sings was actually her own composition, and I actually fell in love with that song.
She had this warmth about her, but also that grip of life. I mean, the character, but it came
Yeah.
from the actress. It was very genuine about the actress.
Oh,
They
for sure.
allowed her to resonate that kind of warmth, but also that life wisdom that she kind of held in herself. She was a very good teacher for the crew of Atlantis. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, me
Probably
too.
one of my favorite characters in the show, and honestly. She wasn't
Same
made
here.
as the main protagonist. They were trying to push for Weir and
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 I hate to
Shepard,
say
but
it,
I honestly,
I found her very sexy. Okay.
I mean, she's an attractive woman, even today. Like, I totally get that.
Yeah.
But getting back to movies, not TV shows, we've got one vote for True Lies. Excellent movie. Excellent movie. Really, really well done. Though the Arnold movie, The Last Action Hero,
Action hero.
is actually a really good movie. It didn't get great reviews, didn't do well in the theaters, but it's a good movie.
I like Miss Doubtfire out of everything
that's
at
a good
that
movie too.
time.
Yep.
Uh,
Miss Doubtfire
just-
was also really good.
So
I've seen recently some clips from on YouTube from Miss Doubtfire about cut stuff that was never introduced into the
Yeah.
film, and there was so much of it. Like, oh my god! I
well,
mean,
he
of
improvs.
course
I
there
mean,
was.
he Robin Williams so much of it. They couldn't
Like
put it
Disney
all
has
in.
a few,
So
like almost 100 hours of Williams going about the first Aladdin because he was improving so much. They taped it, they recorded it, and they still have it in their archives. They were just like kind of kept away from releasing it. But he was improving in so many things. There's hundreds of hours probably of his recordings of him being him in the role, in the character. Like, it's amazing.
so I still have to say I'm still fond of Waterboy.
Don't know Waterboy.
Waterboy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know that one.
I don't
Hold it.
know.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard of it. Have not seen it.
Oh,
Hilarious.
God, I hate Adam Sandler. I just can't stand him.
I know this is going to sound terrible. I can't stand Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
I know.
What?
Isn't that weird?
It is.
I know.
Because he
I know.
always.
I can respect his acting, but for whatever reason, when I'm watching something that he's in, it's always Tom Hanks as that. And I feel the same way about Patrick Stewart. I think he's a great actor, but a lot of times I can't get past he's Patrick Stewart. Not so much when he's on in the theater. It's very easy to see him get into those roles, but more in television.
When it comes to television, acting is different for like theater has its own rules and its kind of own environment. And I think it's more organic to some actors to blend in when they have the audience looking at them. They just go on that high C note and they stay there, and they're acting to the top notch. But when it comes to television, you do this like take 10 takes before they're satisfied, or even 50 takes before they're satisfied. It's kind of boring. You kind of lose it for TV and like for the movie. So I think I understand why they have to be on their toes when performing live in theater, and that just brings out that extra adrenaline that keeps them in the role and
Yeah.
makes them more convincing. Because there's no second takes, there's no mistakes, there's no cuts, there's no like, oh, let's do this again. You have to have them nailed down to the letter because people will pick that up if you slip up, and that is probably why I have huge respect for all the theater actors, whether it's Broadway, whether it's normal theater. Because God, doing this live, like, and they do this like like 500 shows in a year or something like this. Maybe I exaggerate. I don't really know, but like, there's a lot of shows during a season, and it's like Jesus, you have to have that memorized.
Oh yeah, and it's not just memorizing the dialogue.
And it's not just the lines, acting, moving,
The
how
moving,
you're
the
dressed.
hitting the right mark, the reactions. You have to be paying attention to everything. So back in the day, my friend Catherine and I would either go to New York or London, and we would see usually Patrick Stewart, but sometimes Ian McKellen, in the same play for like 5 consecutive days, matinees and evening shows, and then we'd go back and we would dissect the daylights out of it, going, did you notice how the actress moved her hand this way and he reacted this way and the other character did this? And every time it was different. It was the same, but it was different. It was really fun.
But this is incredible. They have a memorized text. They have a memorized rule. They have a script that they need to follow in the play, but they still have this kind of like inner freedom to like give a little bit of something different each time, so it doesn't feel like they have it memorized to like every little aspect or every little wrinkle of eye, or like movement of the face. They always try to do something differently to make it entertaining, especially for people who may come more than one time, because it's a common thing that people will come to see a play a few times in maybe not in a row, but like during the season just to see. And like sometimes you have two actors play the same role because they switch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a matter of availability. Sometimes it's just because, there are so many plays of that particular show in the season that they have to swap up because they're
Yeah.
tired of it and they need to rest and be human. And you notice differences between actors playing absolutely the same role, but they have their own mannerisms, their little something that they add, like the very personal touch that you just pick up after some time if you're familiar with an actor. That's really incredible,
So
but
back in
it's
2011,
hard work.
there was a play that was filmed called Frankenstein,
Oh,
and it was with Benedict Cumberbatch. But there was,
oh,
and it's interesting. You can see it. Let's see if I can find the other character. Was it 2017? And Johnny Lee Miller, and they did it 2 times and put them both out. So the first time you see Benedict Cumberbatch as the Frankenstein monster, and the second time you see it, it's with Johnny Lee Miller. They were first who
oh
played
yeah, I know.
Frankenstein and who played the monster. And it's
Hmm.
really interesting. I don't like the play particularly, but it's really interesting to get back to what you were saying, Chris, on how uh, two different actors take the same roles on. Lexer
Yeah, because
says,
it does show. Yeah, I actually see the poster for it. It's
in theater, actors have tricks when they fail a line, and unlike opera, there's no foul in getting creative or making a theatrical pause. Oh yeah, and
yeah,
usually somebody else there will start to feed them the lead into it, or figure out
they
some
are a
ways to
team.
do it.
It's not like you're alone there. That people know each other's dialogues because not even like they intentionally learn them, but they just happen to hear the same lines to which they respond, or they
Hmm.
are like doing something in the background, but they learn them it like involuntarily sometimes, and they just know what to do and how to like pick up that someone is like struggling, or maybe they just forgot one word, and it's just like sometimes a word flees your mind, and you suddenly feel like you don't know the word at all.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yes.
it's really great to see them working as a team, like
Hmm.
giving those nudges and stuff. Like theater is so much harder than TV. People don't even imagine like
Well,
how much work like
it's also super physical. Um,
it is. You're there,
I
you're
want to say
full time, your entire body.
2013, and I could be wrong on that one. Yeah, 2013. Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, and 2 other actors did 2 plays called two uh, 2 plays in a rep, and one was Waiting for Godot, and I can't remember the other one, and they alternated them every night. But they were doing the 2 plays over and over and over and over, and you can see exactly what you're talking about, Chris. How they would interact with each other, but also when one would miss a line or miss an entrance or not be in the right place at the right time, and how everybody else worked to get it back on track. It was really interesting to watch that.
Yeah, I
But
really have a huge
it,
admiration to actors
yeah.
that do
And
the theater.
the director would do little meetings with the audience after the plays and talk to the audience to try and explain what's significant about these plays, what's going on, and a whole bunch of other things. Because I don't do theater, I'm more music, but it was very interesting. And then we would take our bottle of wine and go home, or bottles of wine. When we stay in London, they have a private little lounge for my friend is like VIP class, and you can go up there and help yourself to as much as you want to drink because they don't shut it down. They just keep stocking the fridge, which is a really bad thing.
Yeah,
Sounds like a bad idea.
Type in a shopping bag up there, and okay, I'll go and take this, take this, take this,
They don't care.
and walk out.
You were paying
Okay.
for it. I mean, if you're in a VIP room, I'm guessing she probably paid $400 or $500 a night to be there. So, a couple bottles of wine, no
Jesus.
problem. Hey,
Yeah, that's probably within the cost.
yeah,
Infected?
yeah, we can do infected. Hang on a second. Michael Pena is one of my favorite actors. He generally isn't the number one lead, but he plays such a good character no matter what his role. I'm actually getting into Tom Hardy in the Venom movies, which sounds really stupid. But
Wait, sorry to interrupt. Michael Pena, isn't he the guy that played in Ant-Man? The Latino guy?
Yeah, he was in Ant-Man. He was in End of Watch, Ant-Man, Fury, Shooter, A Million Miles Away. He's in A Working Man. Oh, there's a good excuse.
Who?
Michael Pena?
That doesn't
Oh,
ring a
yeah,
bell to
yeah.
me too much.
Oh,
I probably would recognize his face, but I don't know the name.
Oh,
No, I don't recognize his face at all.
Michael Pena. I saw a meme. I can't remember where, but it was like, we would love to see his character from Ant-Man and Groot team up.
Okay, who's the guy who plays the Hulk? Or Bruce Banner?
Mark Ruffalo.
Okay, Mark Ruffalo, but Latino is my best description for what he looks like.
Didn't
Mostly
he
because
play
he
in
wears the
District
same glasses.
9 or something?
Pardon?
Maybe I'm making. No, I don't think he did, but
He was in.
yeah, I know which one.
Yeah, he was in a lot of
I know
movies.
which
He was
one.
in Crash back in 2004. But A Working Man is one I've been meaning to go see. It's not in the prime run theaters anymore, but it's still out there.
Michael
Talk
Pena the Third, apparently, because apparently he's the third.
No, he
one.
wasn't Ant-Man. Haven't there been?
He played the guy that would have a long
Stream chat
stories.
channel.
Say that again.
He's in the stream chat channel in Discord.
Wasn't The
is?
Martian actually? With Matt Damon.
Martian's a good movie. Interesting. Not brilliant, but interesting.
It was cool about the human condition, in general.
So, my story about The Martian
Space.
is that I'd been with the company I was just with, and I was with them for 4 years, but I'd been there about a month when I got a phone call, and it comes in on my board, and it says it's coming from SpaceX. And I'm like, yeah, right, somebody's having fun here. It was SpaceX calling because they wanted to find out if our equipment would work in the atmospheric pressure they have on Mars. I'm like, dang! They're thinking all the way through to garbage disposal on Mars.
That's a complex question, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it doesn't, by the way. Our equipment doesn't work in low pressure. Doesn't mean we couldn't figure it out, but as is, it won't get hot enough to denature the proteins in bacteria, which is all we're caring
and
about.
recycling is a bit of an issue when you're in space.
Yeah, well,
You gotta salvage everything.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure you recycle everything.
Well, their concern on Mars was the fact that if you've got human waste going out there and you're not basically making sure it's clean, you don't know what it's going to do to the soil.
Yeah. You don't want to have your own bacteria grow something very spooky out there.
Yep. Yeah. All right, so somebody requested a something. Let's
Someone's
see.
being gross and probably suggesting some ISA or something.
Okay, so I'm going to kill this party here, and we can reteam. Since this is all on the private party here.
Hang on, can you make your mind? Are you tracking me, slowing me down, making my ship go forward? What the hell are you doing? Stupid Mokai. Yeah, I do
Wait,
recognize
Frost is in
this
here
actor.
someplace, but I don't see him. Musin, are you up for a little death and destruction?
Oh, I'll have to switch.
You don't have to.
Oh,
Introducing
have to do
foreign
it.
microbes is always a good plot. Always a good plot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Doesn't end well always for the main protagonist,
No.
but you know.
Anybody ever see Andromeda Strain?
Nope. Never
wasn't
heard of
that
I
with the sentient virus?
Which version?
The original one with Robert Duvall, and I can't remember her name, and Arthur's. I can't remember his last name either. Arthur somebody or another. It actually.
It still, I know it shows we're in team, but just show everything about us in private.
I pulled everybody out of private. We're just in team. If it's building it back up in private, it's just because it's doing that. Nope. I'll ignore private. Because I'm not going to queue from there. Chris is in team here. And I'll queue it from this place. And we'll make sure everybody's good first. Musin sending you an invitation. Would anybody
no
else...
loading screen.
Funny thing about films
yeah,
is that sometimes they'll have actors dub themselves, not because their lines were fully recorded or something like it, but they didn't like the accent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or
and
the
they made you do a
enunciation.
different accent.
Yep.
I remember it was the most mind-boggling thing. You know, Jodie Foster knows French very well. She's almost native. French people hearing her speak French say she sounds like a native French person.
Who is this again?
Jodie Foster.
Really?
Silence of the Lambs. Yep, she speaks French fluently to a point that she can go to an interview in France and they will not make it see a difference.
Ooh.
She doesn't have an accent. She's really fluent. She's confident about it. Not many people know that about her because she doesn't actually get to act with that. The film Elysium, I don't remember which year it was, with Matt Damon and a few others.
Elysium.
One of the Elysium.
Yeah, I know it. But I can't remember what year it was. Same year that I think Nemesis came out.
No, Elysium was later.
No, something else came out at the same time.
2013.
North Devil, good evening. Welcome aboard.
2013, actually.
2013. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the same year then as Pacific Rim. That's why.
She plays a government official on that Elysium space station where the rich people sit. She's a big fish over there. And she originally, in all the scenes, she recorded them in French or with a French accent.
Wow.
And she speaks a lot of French. And they cut it all out. She had to redub herself in an English accent, in the American accent, because the director didn't like it.
Well,
I'm like, such a shame. She was on her toes showing off her French. I think there's just one scene that is still there when she greets someone in French, but it's just like such a brief overview. You don't even get a glimpse or hear it properly or clearly. I was so disappointed because I wanted to hear her in that original way they recorded her. But I still am just so in love with Jodie Foster.
North Devil, we are doing fine and always having fun with our TFOs, but the question, Graz, is ISA, ISE.
What killed me that she has so many breaks and
I would say I see.
You got it. ISE, everybody.
The gap, 2014 and then 2018.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
What?
You want to try that one more time?
Sure, do you not get it?
No,
it did its thing and got weird?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this one works. Wee woo?
Wee woo.
Everybody got a wee woo?
Yep.
Wee woo detected.
Yeah, it definitely sounds ISE to me, too. Haven't seen Sonic 3, but he's Shadow, too. Could be.
Sonic
Plus, he's
1.
humble and Canadian. I thought Keanu Reeves was Hawaiian. I know everybody keeps telling me he's Canadian, which is probably why he's so nice.
He is very mixed genetics of few things around. I think it's like 5 different origins altogether.
I hope you can all hear the dog.
No?
Oh, good. I can see him bouncing on my microphone.
Okay.
But clearly, there's something out
Hawaiian, Keanu's Hawaiian, Chinese, English, Portuguese.
So got
Such
a little bit of
bizarre
everything in
mixture.
there.
I still can't believe he's 60.
Oh god, he looks so good for his age.
Like, and he's just like, what was his He was born in 64, so he's 3 years younger than my mom. Like, excuse me?
What year is he born? 64?
What? Yeah, my mom's 64.
Okay. That puts him in a good age range for me. A little bit younger, but not that much.
So bizarre that he's only 3 years different than my mom. What? Like, what? And he was born in Beirut in Lebanon.
Wow.
Like, what? The guy's been all over the place. Literally.
He sure has.
How much I like seeing this ship fire. Because it has hard points everywhere, all over the saucer, the pylons. It looks so good when it fires. An underrated ship.
Which ship are you flying again?
The Parliament class. Lower decks. It was supposed to be the better successor to California. But they eventually didn't withdraw California from production. I like that in Cali class, although, strangely enough, Parliament has a little bit more firepower. Which is weird because it only has 2 technical consoles.
Well, it goes down to what you do with them.
Good. Yeah, but it has 5 engineering and 3 universal and then 4 science. I put all the isomax I could into it. She survives in Elite. She's got no problem with surviving all this stuff. I can do a high Elite and don't die in it. Not gonna do the highest DPS, but it's still gonna hold its own. Oh, I oversold it.
Did you
Abort.
die? No, no, don't die.
Nope. I'm close to it.
No, 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 none of that now.
I mean, I have a few tricks up my sleeve, so they won't kill me, but it was a close one. Fine, you want to have that? Have that.
Well, those two on it. North Devil has a salient question, which will have to wait till we're done melting this cube.
There you go.
Huzzah.
Nice and dead ended, and I didn't die.
Yay! Not dying. Good stuff. All right.
I
North
am
Devil asks, I have an important question. Does your pulse phaser sound like popcorn? I think so, yes.
They kind of do.
They kinda
yeah,
do.
they change the sound.
Yeah. Elite follows up with, I would say it's more about where you grow up than anything, but I'm sure that could be argued. But I mean, nowadays someone could have a Chinese mom, a Filipino English dad, grow up in Canada. I mean, it's more about where you grow up that you actually experience. True. It
Sure,
has a
but
lot to
he
do
has
with your
this-
folks
Yeah, but
and how they...
when it comes to Keanu, he has this kind of exotic kind of look. You can't pick up where he's from, but you can see his origins are all over the place.
I'm curious. I've never heard anything about his background. If he, had a mom and dad who were with him, if his grandparents had an influence, aunts and uncles, things like that. I find it. I did not parse that, Drunken Heretic.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Graz parsed it.
Okay.
I just find it interesting how many kids who are, or people who are polite and well-mannered adults frequently had a strong influence from not only their parents but also an older generation, which happens a lot with Hawaiian communities, and I would imagine with like Filipino communities where you see multi-generational things.
Okay, I'm putting the link from Nexus in a Twitch chat.
Okie doke. Let's see what we got there.
Okay, so Chris, 106.
Yow! Yow, Graz!
That one trait, I switched out one trait.
Which did you switch out?
I can't remember which one, but I put in universal design.
Mm-hmm.
And I have several universal consoles. Thus, it's boosted my crit severity and chance. And it can stack up to 5 times. Yeah,
Nice.
so
Yeah, I mean
Wow,
616K.
I did 106 on
You
that one.
did?
I don't think I ever did that much on a Parliament. Nice. I'm impressed by myself, even though it wasn't a big
yeah.
result.
Newson, you're at 354. Drunken Heretic 295. I was at 177, and Chris was at 106. That's not bad for any of us. Nicely done.
Well, I
For what I
died
came in.
You died?
twice.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Oh,
Why'd you
wow,
do
someone's
that?
slacking.
But you were tanking, right?
No.
Oh. Was anybody tanking? I mean, I wasn't. Well, we did that without a tank. Woo. Woo! Go Team Venture.
Well, technically, you could consider me the tank taking the
Yeah, you took damage.
so much damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't survive that.
Yeah, I didn't take a lot of damage coming
That,
in.
that is why I'm going over everything, being like, what did I change? Something's not right.
Wow, Graz, that's amazing.
You were wondering, Keanu Reeves actually grew up with a mother who was a costume designer and a performer.
How interesting.
So yeah, at the age of, I don't know, back in 1966, after parents' divorce, he moved with his mom to Sydney and then quickly to New York, and then she married a Hollywood director, Broadway and Hollywood director, Paul
Interesting.
Aaron.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he was very often at his mom. I remember him speaking about that in one of the interviews. I don't remember if it was Jimmy Fallon or any of the late shows. About like he was meeting all those actors because he was with his mom very often, and she was doing the costumes, or like he would have costumes at home. I think even someone was talking about him being a little boy who was, when they were picking up the costumes or something like it from his mom. It's really fascinating that he was like always exposed to the acting.
That's really interesting. By the way, good evening, Mira. How are you doing? If you ever want to watch something cool, watch his interview he was doing with one of the John Wick's movies where they have him sitting on the floor and they send out a bunch of puppies.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was precious.
It's so adorable.
Oh my god, that was so precious.
They do that now with a lot of actors, and it's just like, yeah, watch people melt.
But you know what? It is a method of actually getting them to answer questions honestly, because you can't lie around those little cute, little chubby, cuddly little fluffers.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of the similar formula of dismantling people's potentially, facade that they might have because they don't want to answer certain questions, like the hot ones when they are melting their brains and their mouth off. And like Sean is throwing the most accurate, most detailed research questions, so personal that they hurt sometimes. And it's just like, how do you twist yourself out of an answer when your face is melting, you're burning on the inside, you feel like you're gonna burst in flames? It's like, yeah, that's a neat trick to actually get them answer some of the harder questions.
So in martial arts, there's a belief, and it's fairly accurate, that you can't direct your energy in two directions at one time. Hence, you throw the puppies out there, and you ask questions, and you cannot do both correctly at the same time. And people, for the most part, reflexively go, puppies. Gotta take care of puppies.
But that's a brilliant idea when you think about it.
Yeah, there's another one that does feeding people hot wings. Trying different levels of hot sauces and then asking them questions.
Yeah, the hot ones. That's what I meant. The hot ones.
Lexers. Apparently, I have a incredibly small amount of Canadian in us because my great grandfather, one of my great grandfathers, came over from either England or France, to, I don't know, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, and made his way down the St. Lawrence Seaway as a trapper for at least a long time, maybe a couple of generations. And wound up in Michigan. Yay!
Wow, that's cool. Pretty neat.
So, whatever that is. On my mom's side, on my dad's side, because we're from Sweden, one of my cousins, hi Anders, if you're listening, did the family genealogy, and as far as my parents' side, we know exactly where they're from in uh, Sweden till about the 10th century, and apparently at that point, either we were from Poland or somebody from Poland joined the family in Sweden. That's kind of vague at the moment.
Oh,
Or whatever the countries were at that time. I don't know if they were Sweden and Poland, but that's what they're defined as now.
Oh,
well,
uh,
Sweden and Poland aren't exactly close to each other directly, so
Hey, when
must
the
have been
water
some
freezes,
immigrant
the
or
Swedes
something.
walk all over the place.
uh,
That
Poles
I'm
that walk all over the place too, so
I
it
know.
might be the other way
I'm
around.
I'm pretty sure what happened is I'm pretty sure probably someone went over to Poland and went back to Sweden with a few uh, add-ons.
Yeah, definitely it was. We know it was a male add-on from Poland.
Okay,
That's all we know.
but yeah, during that time frame, uh, you said 10th century.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's during the to go a Viking time frame, where it's like the Vikings, Poland, and actually what modern day Ukraine and Russia. That's where they actually went, and supposedly the the foundation of what today modern day Russia and Ukraine
Mm-hmm.
are actually coalesced around a group of Swedish Vikings.
Oh, interesting.
Uh,
We
uh, uh,
Swedes get all over.
uh, and they think it's the term Rus uh, comes from is probably Old Norse, like Tarot or something.
Oh, interesting.
It's they don't know for sure.
So I was, from what my cousin has told me, at one point there was a war going on between Denmark and Sweden, and Denmark got kind of cocky as the winter was coming on, and that's the year that the section of the sea between Denmark and Sweden froze over, and the Swedes apparently walked over and explained to the Danes no. So, yeah,
Oh,
I can't imagine that something similar didn't happen, that at various times things froze over and the Swedes walked over to Poland, the Poles walked over to Sweden, and everything in between.
Yeah.
no, I'm pretty sure we didn't walk over there, but they did visit us later, like in the 13th,
Hopefully
12th
not when
century.
we
I
were
don't remember
being
exactly.
Vikingish and doing things.
That wasn't Vikingish. That was later on.
Oh, good. Yes.
But I'll say
There's
this:
a
the Vikings are one scary bunch of dudes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
women
That's how
too.
they are depicted in history. That's not how they actually were.
They were
But
probably a bunch of dudes and ladies and had their times, their moments. Hi there, little one. No, it's
well,
little.
yeah, it's like I remember hearing a story that pretty much the second of Paris by a group of uh can't remember what group they were, but it's like they pretty much sailed right up the Seine River and scared the living bejesus out of the French.
Yep, yep, yep. Lead says, based on how much war we have in our history, I think it's safe to say if there's ever a century where we can have no war, it will be one of our next big evolutions behind space travel. But war stimulates people to development, which is really interesting. If you have not seen James Burke's Connections, see it because it's interesting how many times something related to war is the seminal motivating um, motivator behind change. I have to take the dogs out for 1 second. I will be right back. We'll come back to this. Yes, I will get you your snack. Oh my God, yes, Mom. Oh my God. Sorry, the dog's required snackage. Ah! I knocked over my bottle of wine. I guess I should finish drinking it.
If my understanding is correct, we wouldn't have jet planes if it wasn't for World War II.
We
The
wouldn't.
jet technology was based on the V2 engines for the bombs and rockets that the Germans were developing.
Technically, we wouldn't have rockets if we had if it weren't for the Napoleonic Wars.
Oh yeah, a lot of that stuff is actually one way or the other pushed some sort of development.
It's actually one of those great things from, if you want to get really picky, going back to the Battle of Hastings was kind of the event that triggered rockets, because war developed and evolved. But when armies got so big that they couldn't feed themselves, that limited the size of the number of troops you could send out, because if you couldn't get enough food, you couldn't do the battle. So in 1600s, they started to figure out the concepts of preserving food in bottles, specifically champagne bottles. And, you could put it in there, you could cook it up, you could seal it, and it would stay fresh for a while. And take it a little bit further, you get a thermos container, same concept. And what's a rocket? Basically, it's a thermos container.
Yep.
And that is when we have what's considered to be the finest moment in television history. When James Burke is explaining how a thermos and the rocket behind him as he's going through NASA work and all that stuff, and he says, and when you put them together in the right combinations and you apply a spark, he reaches behind him and points, and a rocket goes off. And it's just like they could redo that scene. It is brilliant. I love the connections.
Have been lost through time because Romans had pretty well figured it out how to preserve food and preserve drinks, cool them off, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of that was lost through time.
Oh yeah, so many things have been lost to time. This is the specific video if you want to see one of the coolest shots ever done. And one of those, as we were talking about with theater, what happens when you screw it up and you're doing it live? Sometimes you can't fix it. Imagine an evolved alien species. Maybe first contact is the day we prove we're beyond war. Well, that definitely worked in Star Trek, when Zefram Cochrane went up, and in the starship that used to be a rocket?
Phoenix.
The Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
Phoenix
the
used to be
Vulcans
a
were
rocket,
like,
yeah.
huh.
The Vulcans were surveying Earth around that time. They knew exactly what was going on Earth, and they just sat and watched if we are going to kill ourselves or not.
Oh, Elite, you're probably right. Everything that was invented because of war probably would have been invented at some point without it. The key being at some point.
It's sad that we need a motivator that's an impending doom that makes us thrive and get on top of our inventiveness, because we can be still pretty creative outside of a war, but it's funny that it's the biggest motivator is still like a prospect of being killed or annihilated or something like that. It's kind of sad, if you ask me.
Shall we do something besides
okay.
muse about James Burke
more.
and war?
I could do one more before I need to get a bed or something.
Humankind needs
emphasis on
motivation to
something.
invent and progress as well, yeah. We get some things that are really interesting and cool that aren't motivated by war, so yeah, that's always great. But when you hold our feet to the fire, we get really creative really quick. What are we doing? Or I'll hit the random button.
Don't
Hey,
ever
Pirate Scum, how are you doing, dear?
do that.
Look at the Gatling gun. It was invented as a means to save soldiers' lives by turning just a few men into the firepower of a complete platoon. Yeah.
And then they equipped a whole platoon with them.
Yeah. Wars and greed have always been the sole driving factor. Not the sole driving factor, but definitely greed has been involved with it. Look at Albert Einstein. He gave so much to humanity and science. Nothing to do with war, but lots to do with sex. That man liked his women. You know, to get that creative side and that procreative side going together. But you're right, not a lot with war. On the other hand, I mean, there was Feynman. What was his name? Robert Feynman. Richard Feynman. Excuse me, Richard Feynman. Brilliant man, did a lot of his work through the war, but didn't get into his super creative side until after the war was pretty much resolved, and then got into his incredible theoretical physicists. Einstein was not behind the Manhattan Project. He was involved with it, but not behind it. I would say curiosity is a big factor for discovery of fundamental principles, and said principles allow for technological development and baselines and such. Yeah. Well, it's not just semantics. He was very anti-war.
Oppenheimer was a good movie.
Yes, it was a really good movie. So,
haven't
Einstein,
seen it.
while not directly involved in the project, his letter to President Roosevelt warning of the potential for German nuclear weapons prompted the project. But the people who were most involved were Oppenheimer, Fermi. Wasn't Niels Bohr involved in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard Feynman. Give me some of the other people. Was Seaborg involved in it? I don't think he was. If you want to read a really interesting book about that, the biography of Richard Feynman called Genius, and I can't remember who the author was. Great, great book. Absolutely amazing. It was Glenn Seaborg. Okay. Alrighty, thank you. As my brother would say, Glenn Seaborg, Ishpeming Boyd makes good. Edward Teller. For those of you who don't know where Ishpeming is, well, you haven't missed much. Without curiosity, humanity becomes nearly a Stone Age man. Stone Age men were not stupid, and they were incredibly creative. If you haven't watched Mini Minuteman or any of the Milo Rossi stuff, do, because wow, when you go back and see exactly what Stone Age men did in terms of limited accessibility to materials, really incredible stuff. I'm going to hit the random button. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in tech? Yeah, absolutely in tech. Hey, boo.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Oh no, it's a random.
Yeah. You didn't say no fast
It is
enough.
grounded. I'm warping out.
Oh no.
It's ground. But it's
I'm not
Pariah
doing
3. Oh, you can do this
Oh.
one. It's just Bug Hunt. No? Okay, fine.
I hate it. I hate this thing. Vanderveer is a villain. He needs to be annihilated in the game. And I hate this one so much. I still don't get it. We don't have any random person. No one could drag us into this. It still sends us here.
Stone Age men were likely massively cannibal? Unlikely. Kitty Cat's on patrol!
Grumble, 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 grumble. Hatred towards the concept of fighting bugs on ground. bombard the planet. Why do you have to go on foot?
Thank you, Stabby Badgie. Money is an ironic motivation. Motivates people and companies to create wonderful, amazing tech, but at the same time it results in humanity putting money in the wrong places often. Okay, that's actually a good point.
Fire in the hole!
Hey, congrats. Looking forward to seeing some of your streams, Pirate Scum.
There's many badgies.
I have my badgie on my other account, not on this one. Hey, Pirate Scum, don't forget I'll come up some day when you've got time to go do coffee.
There's lava everywhere.
Me
Can't
too,
see.
dear. See, the thing is, Chris, I get to actually see what you look like when you're down here.
Fire in the hole!
Oh my god, jeez.
Clear to proceed.
Oops. Wrong place to go. Poor alarm bugs. Okay, that was an interesting sound effect. Come on, I can get up there.
Fire in the hole! Area clear. Scan shows that we need to jump down this narrow fissure in the rock. Be careful. I don't know
Echo,
what's
echo,
waiting
echo,
at the
echo.
bottom.
So Elite says, it's wild to me that there isn't more laws for preventing bad foods, bad sanitization, to prevent disease and aging and such. Well, there are laws. Absolutely there are laws. That doesn't stop people from breaking the laws, and that's where we get back into the money greed thing.
There are criminals that will find a way
Yeah.
if it helps them make a buck.
Look at any gas station, all you get in most of them is complete junk. Yeah, but you're not required to buy it.
According to our scans, there's a tunnel under us. Give me a moment, and I'll clear a path.
But again, you're not required to buy it. In addition to the pop and energy drinks, there's usually water.
Yeah.
I am the queen of attending and getting snacks at truck stops because I do a lot of driving when I go to class. And yeah, you can get water, you can get unsweetened iced tea, you can get plain coffee. You don't have to buy the box of cookies, you don't have to buy the donuts. You can buy like a boring sandwich or whatever.
But whatever you do, don't buy the sushi.
Do not buy the sushi. That is an excellent and extremely valid point. Oh, I guess I gotta go talk to him.
I think I can get...
Okay, thank you.
Cover me!
I mean that you can be healthy thing isn't working in the US. it's not unique to the U.S. The last few trips over to Europe, which admittedly has been 5 years or more, we're not the only ones overeating, under-exercising. Life will find a way. Thank you, Cliff. You are 100% right. Just always isn't the way you expect it to happen. Oh, you're right about Japan. They do tend to have less of an obesity issue. Oh, no kitty cat option. How dare they? There we go, kitty cat option. Whee! I'd love to move to Japan and live that culture. Yeah, me too. Actually, if you can find a way to work there, there are a lot of homes that have been abandoned and are being sold for pennies on the dollar. But you have to figure out a way to live there and work there. Slightly too humid. Come to Indiana. You survived, Chris. Woo! Yes, Pirates come, I agree. Atlanta in August. New Orleans, anytime in the summer. It's like, I go to the gym and my instructor will have me lifting, I don't know, call it 165 pounds yesterday. Could barely move it. Then we switched over to something else, which is 90 pounds. It's like, oh, this is easy. It's not easy. It was difficult. It's just all things are in comparison. They don't call it Hotlanta because it's pleasant. Nope, they don't.
I just read where I live. In 2 months, it's going to be hot.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've been watching some videos on a particular video app, and they're previous forecasters in the UK say it's going to be hot. It's going to be 28 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, that for where I live, that'd be great.
Yeah, really, we'll take it.
Yeah. Hey, send it over here. Yeah, trust me. Wait until summer where I live.
Yep.
39 centigrade.
Yep. There's a reason I don't live where you live.
Yeah. It is like 100 degrees, 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit with a 30 to 40% humidity. Yep.
Drunken Heretic, I'm not quite sure where that question's coming from. Drunken Heretic says, so how close are you to becoming an absolute unit? Huh? And why do people sell things that are full of sugar and bad things for you? Because people want them. And they'll make money. I do not begrudge people wanting to make money. I have the option not to give it to them. Oh, thank you, Drunken Heretic.
Kathy front?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
make sure
that
it's
one.
bad.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that, Drunken Heretic.
What?
Drunken Heretic was making a reference to, well, he put the link there. You can see it. No, there is no way. I will be very happy if I can ever lift 200 pounds. But it is funny. Yes, we can do... What did you want to do? Zinkathy Front? Is that what you said, Drunken Heretic? Sorry, is that what you said, Grass?
Uh-huh. So, pros of lifting 200 pounds. You're able to lift 200 pounds. Cons of lifting 200 pounds. You look like you're able to lift 200 pounds.
So the gym is having this whole thing about... it's on personal transformation, and yeah, it's about the physical side, but it's also about, the whole thing about, getting a healthier lifestyle. So there's like 10,000 people involved in this, and at the end they'll be doing pictures of you at the beginning and at the end. I haven't lost any weight to speak of, like 2 pounds. Yeah, I'm a lot more muscly than I was, but my goal is completely different. I want to be Hugh Jackman when I grow up. No, you can't, Cliff, because Pirates Scum just joined us. Sorry. But you can join the next one. I'll randomly kick somebody off. Boulders and Kathy Front.
Yeah. I want to be 80 and have abs that you can drive a motorcycle over.
I'd like to be ripped, Drunken Heretic. That is my goal. The funny thing is, in women, it's harder to see it. And then the other day, it's like, oh my God, I've got little muscles there. You can see them after 7 months of working out. You can see muscles. Yay! Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Hey, thanks for being here, North Devil. Go get some sleep. Take care. Rest well.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off too.
Okay, you too, Chris. Well, fine. It's what, like almost 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you go then. You have a wonderful night. I hopefully will talk to you this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be around if you'll be around.
Well, it's supposed to rain, which completely screws up my plans, so... yeah, I'll probably be around quite a bit.
It was supposed to rain tonight, but I don't hear anything happening.
I was watching the storm roll in, and then I watched it roll to the north, so... But that's okay.
Yeah.
Hi, no, you already had your snack.
Nice city.
Storm rolling.
Alright, see you around.
Night-night, Chris. Sleep well.
See ya. Bye.
Like, I think we all think of Star Trek ideal like future, and I don't think disease and cigarettes and heart failure and such are part of that vision. Pretty easy to think we are just doing enough, that in many ways our economic society is pushing us in the wrong directions. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like my cigarettes.
Well, you're wrong.
Doesn't matter. I like my cigarettes. So I do feel that we shouldn't let kids vape and
I agree with
get
that.
ready to, consume cigarettes. But I do feel it's a stretch saying that because I had candied cigarettes as a kid, like
Oh, it's never made me
that's
want to
why
smoke. Uh-uh.
that's not why I wanted to smoke.
Nope. No. Oh, I,
Like,
I grew up around cigarette smokers, and I wasn't as adamant about it not smoking as, let's say, my obnoxious sister was. But, I tried one puff of a cigarette once, and I was like, why? Why would you do that to yourself?
oh, I was in the back of a car when my mom's boyfriend was like, "Sure, you can have a puff of my tobacco." Oh, did he ever regret that?
Somebody got that one, or shall I take it? Guess I'll take it. Oh, somebody else got it. Fine, I will just protect the starbase. Too bad Chris isn't here. Everybody was stealing his bombs last night.
One heavy base has been destroyed. Keep fighting!
Come on. Really? There we go. I got a bomb. We've blown up 2 so far? Really?
Well fought. Only 2 Zinkethi bases remain. You've got a bomb. Now destroy one of their bases. Protect them.
JB, I misread that as the USS Kidney, not the USS Coney. That's a little bit different take on it. Konev, excuse me. Even better. Kidney's pretty funny, though.
Your teammate has captured the bomb. Protect them. Only 1 Zinkethi base left. They're sending a dreadnought to stop us. Here's dreadnought on an attack vector. Destroy it! Your teammate has captured the bomb. Protect them.
So much for the dreadnought. Well, that was short, sweet, and to the point, wasn't it?
Should have read my endeavor a little bit closer. I thought I needed just 10 Zinkethi ships. But it said battle zone.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm the one that asked for this, but hey, I still don't mind. Hey, it's pew
It's
pew.
always fun. Hey, Elite, don't worry about physiological, psychological, all that stuff, because we had a fairly interesting discussion about the nature of neurodivergency either this morning or last night, and we get all over the place here. It's much fun. Let's see, Musin, I'm gonna kick you, and I'm gonna grab Cliff for one. And then I am gonna call it a night. Cliff, where are you? Cliff. Cliff. Where are you? I don't see you in here, Cliff. Logging in. Okay. We know where you're going. Physiological, philosophical. I was discussing with my son getting arepas for breakfast tomorrow. And autocorrect refused to accept that arepas were a word. No worry, Drunken Heretic, we're waiting for Cliff to get logged in. Speaking of... It is indeed a maintenance and patching thing, though I don't think they really patched much of anything. Hey, it's Id. How are you doing?
Right, how y'all?
Doing good.
Getting up, getting ready for work.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I saw your messages about your your schedule and all that.
Yeah, hours are long, work is annoying.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to the world the rest of us are into.
Yep.
Oh, some of us are in. I guess I'm kind of not anymore, but that's a different story. And there you are. Puppers are good. They were just annoying me for their dinner time. SNACK. Where are you? I saw you log in. Let's see if it doesn't like me today. We'll do it that way. Ah, that's why. Different first name. Okay, got it. What are we doing? If nobody answers, I'll hit random. So getting back to things about the gym, I was doing something or another on a bench yesterday, and there's a guy walking by me, and my brain's going, hey, that looks just like the father of one of my students. Because I'm upside down and doing something stupid. I finally stood up and realized, no, it's not. It's not. But that was just the weirdest upside down mental reaction. No, it's not gravity kills, Mira. No. That is not happening.
Remember, it cost 1,000 keys for Mom to do it.
Yeah. We're gonna put that in. Yeah, Pirates Gumbos. Shh. Random.
Wee woo.
Wee-boo. And if it's gravity kills. Oh, no. Easy one. Has it been half an hour since we did this?
Apparently.
I guess. Doesn't feel like half an hour. This is going to be so easy in
Hey.
comparison.
Yeah.
I hope.
And yes, I'm parsing as well.
Okay. It's interesting. Something fell off. Maybe over there. I have to go look that one up. Two things fell off.
We will add your technological and biological distinctiveness to our own.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Got it. Digital data is available. The nanite probes can repair the transformer. Stop them.
My targeting is just awful.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
Take some fleet marks. Oh, my targeting. Ugh. 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 I don't know if it's lag or if it's just something with my setup.
You know how long that took us?
Under a minute.
47 seconds. And there's the parse.
It's right there. Ugh. Ugh. Well, Graz and JB, you guys did amazing. Time for a relook at what I was doing there. Quick question for a couple of you. I've got some phaser dual heavy cannons, but I do have access to a bunch of pulse phaser dual heavy cannons. Worth switching out the regular ones for a complete set of pulse phasers, or is there no real advantage? Okay. Oh, that would explain it. Has it ever, have you dyed your hair bright colors like in your avatar? My avatar is actually based on my colors at that time, which was primarily purple, blue, and pink. It is now primarily purple, magenta, and copper. Or orange, if you will. But yeah, no, that's what I usually look like. And I used to always wear my engineering shirt, which I don't do anymore. I like having interesting hair. Makes for an interesting day. And a lot of people just look at it and go, huh, and I think we're going to take her seriously. Huh. So, I mean, there's a bad side to it, too. All right, I'm getting out of here. Let's go see if anybody is on. No, I want that. Why am I there? That's a good question. I want that button. Let's see, we've got Mayra Play, Rabbit Legend, Fox Lane, Vash Syndicate, J. Lee Beans, Annika Gaming, Stromgold, me, Wolf Grey. We're rating Wolf Grey. You know the drill. If you haven't given him a follow, give him a follow. Share the Star Trek Online love, especially since Wolf Grey comes over and plays with us sometimes. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Take care. Have a great night. Keep leveling those ships, and if it rains tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, we still might see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Whoopsie. Thank you.
Shun the non-believer. Shun.
And I will make it a threesome. Do you even hear yourself?
Thank you.